Hello, this is a convincing win against a 3Q player on IGS, but I have the feeling that black could kill even more. So white lost on time instead of resigning. He just let the time run out after dying in the center. And instead of playing h13, if black goes Atari like this or Atari like this, the other dragon is going to die too. So it actually doesn't even matter if white cuts here or connects like this. Black can simply push through. Actually, black doesn't even have to play in the center anymore. Well, for safety reasons, it's good to play another move like that, but white is very short on liberty, so the other central dragon will die too. This will be an amazing victory. Anyway, there were some opportunities to kill a little earlier, so let's have a look. It seems that white was overplaying a lot. Well, the first move of the game, it's already questionable, this c4. I mean, well, the second move of the game and the first move for white. Playing the Komoku, facing the outside, it's obvious that black will take the lower right corner, so next black can attack very nice e3 or e4. Therefore, white should choose either d17 or r4. Because now, if black still wants to attack the Komoku corner, black has to go for a diagonal Fuseki, and now come with an attack on the bottom side to have two stones against one on the same side. And it's the same for the other Komoku, so black has to play d3 or d4, and then black can attack the top left corner like this or like this. So when white plays c4, the choice is very easy for black. If black plays d16, then white can go q4, and now he's fine, because when black attacks e3 or e4, there are already two stones against one on this side. But black obviously will play the lower right corner, so next white has to take the empty corner, and black is very happy to attack coming from q3. So this is already an advantage on the bottom side. Also e4 is fine here, because most of the times when you play e4, your opponent will attach under to take the corner right away, and then the development is quite nice in the direction of q3. So black is setting up a moe on the bottom side. Well, sometimes we see this kind of follow-up in professional games too, because they rely on the invasion at h2 later on. But in general, you don't want to have this Komoku facing black on the bottom side. So playing the Komoku like c4 is criticized as a direction of play. Anyway, e3 is the actual game, so far so good. White defense. White can play away something like q5 or r5 and then consider some pincer on the bottom. Now when white plays this d6, black went for Keima. Usually black extends h3, but probably in this case black felt there are too many stones on the third line, so this position is flat, and black wanted to step up to the fourth line to balance out a little bit the bottom side. But here black can also play h4 or simply tenuki. For example, attack the top left corner, high or low, or play some shimari. It's not a big deal if you let your opponent go for a pincer, because in the corner black can always try c3, then d4, or this gives you some eye shape and then it's easy to run out or set up a ko in the corner. Another option is to play a double hane and then Atari connect, defend, connect, and when white plays this peep, just capture the stone in the corner to leave. So you can discard the stone on the outside because you already leave in center in the corner. But okay, it's also fine to connect this stone and then leave or run. Another option is to play a cross cut, then Atari up, Atari down, and I shape. If your opponent captures right away, then you Atari here once and attach to go out. When cut, just connect, and now white gets ahead, then counter pincer. So there are ways to leave in the corner even after white pincers, therefore it's not that urgent to extend immediately. Which means black can always consider tenuki, some shimari, or attack the top left corner. So black extends g4. Now white can kick d3, which he did, and is good. If black goes out, the shape is a little bit cramped, so white will take away the extension, and now black has to run in a heavy way. Therefore, black extends on the bottom. Yeah, this will speed up the Fuseki on the bottom side. And also black can play k4 here, because there's already a stone at q3. When white hane e2, black doesn't have to pull back. Black can block, then Atari, counter Atari, and now black is sent again to play another big point. Or just leave it. Once white Hane, black can leave the position like this. So white invaded the top right corner, so far so good. Very modern style. Then push. This schema is nice, but this can lead to complicated variations when white plays the attach at 018, then black will block, push, go up, push again, and inside cut. This is the so-called flying knife Joseki, and it can get very complex. Oh wait, actually there is no Hana in the corner. First push here because there are some crazy ladders happening. And on the Hane, black can connect, white goes down, and then it's a sacrifice. And now black goes for a lot of moyo on the outside. Here I think it's a jump. Yeah, this seems like the basic pattern, a messy variation. But anyway, most of the times, in order to prevent the complicated fights, white will push and Hane. And this reverts to the Joseki where black goes Nobi, white push, Hane, and block with Hane. It's the same thing but in a different order. The thing is, when black plays Nobi here, white can also choose to play Keima instead of push and Hane. But in this case, something interesting happened. So white played away. White didn't continue in the top. That's a new idea. So when white plays here, which is a very aggressive move, black reacts. And now for black, it's good to take Sente in order to punish the top right. Well, the proper move would be to play p17. But if black does this right now, in the top right corner, white can still try a co-fight with Hane and the hanging connection. So white has this follow-up to leave in the corner. But right now, white will probably play away. Hane on the bottom and connect here. Then if black invests another move in the top right corner to kill it, like a descent or Hane and block, this group will die now, but it feels a bit slow. Too many moves just to capture those three. Then white can push here and extend all the way to the side. So it's a good idea for black to react in the lower right corner. This r4 is fine. White of course will cross cut. Black can extend either way. Actually, in this case, it's also fine to extend to the right at r5, because when white plays Atari here and connects, black will capture the cornerstone and white needs to extend for a base, but this is a little bit over concentrated because it's in the direction of k3, so not enough room for white. Black can also take away the base like this, or put some pressure with Keima, or simply go up and fix the bottom shape. Actually playing a move like e4 is quite large because it prepares the cut at c5, so many times white will add another move here or here to prevent the idea of c5. So black extends p3. This is good too because it develops the k3 area, so white Atari from the right and went down. That's wrong. The basic technique is to connect, then it has the same impact like going down. Black has to capture the stone, and now white can extend all the way to r9. So going down here, black captures the stone, and now there's a cutting point. When white protects against the cut, black will take away the extension. When white extends here, black can cut or approach and then seek the invasion. So white went down. This is a forcing move. Push once and Nobi. This Nobi can be skipped actually. Hane it's an option too. Hane in the head of two stones, because on this cut, black can Atari first, then capture the two stones. So now white is even more busy. If white wants to save the bottom stones, he will lose something on the right. If he goes on the right with Atari and defend against the cuts, then black can take away the extension, and already the bottom became bigger. Also, when white plays this Nobi, black can actually take away the extension. So now you can accept the forcing moves on the outside, but the corner is very thick, and white still has some weak spots to defend, like a cutting point here or the other one. Now when he defends like this, you can peep and Nobi, and the entire group it's under attack. Again, white is kind of over concentrated on the bottom, so this doesn't feel good for white. But in general, simply step ahead, it's fine too. The thing is, black should find ways to end up center and block the top right corner. So now white got back to the top right, but White is actually busy on the right side too, so white needs a move like r9. So after the push, if white extends, black will play in the top right. Therefore, white pushes here and hane. Now black is sente, but this cut, it's a bit premature. Should actually extend around r9, because this looks very good for the wall to extend from it, and in the meantime takes away the base. So even if white plays a move like that to fix the shape and protect against the cut, black can jump out, one space jump or two space jump, and it still puts a lot of pressure on the group, so white needs another move to fix it. Then you can continue in the top right corner. It's good enough to play Nobi and extend, because this will give you a nice moe on the right side. So this would be, let's say, a more peaceful way. But cut wants to fight, so why not? Then extend, very good. Push along. Hane, that's good too. Now here, instead of pushing like this, black can play a one space jump. When white turns direction like this, black Nobi, so that's a nice territory on the bottom, but black is setting up a double attack. So if white comes out this way, black can jump again to get stronger on the right side, and then attack the group on the right with an extension that comes from the wall. If white feels like playing, for example, here to prevent the extension, then black will just catch these 4 stones and it's allowed the bottom territory. So yeah, this was good. Hane forces white into a bad heavy empty triangle shape. Okay, white turns, then Hane on the right side, this is good too, and double Hane also. But here white already, I mean black has an opportunity to kill the group. Instead of capturing the stone in a ladder, you should hit the vital point. When white plays here, you have a double Atari and then still attack the entire group. But already the stones on the right side are dead. And if white defends, for example, a solid connection or this kind of move, now the group has only one eye. So once you set up the ladder, the group on the right side is dead. He needs to play here, but it's Miai. And when he goes down, you go down. So the vital point is S7 and you can hit it right away. Once you play here, white has time to come back and make life. But anyway, it's painful, so the result is very good for black either way. And now these stones in the middle are still floating. So black goes Nobi, that's a good move. If black doesn't play this Nobi and tries to kill, for example, playing like this, it's a bit tricky because white can cut. Now when black comes out, white can play here, then Atari, Atari again, and then Hane. Oh, but this, it's still difficult for white. Because he's got only 3 liberties. Oh, wait, no, it's not. It's 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah. White will kill faster, sorry. Yeah, so very good for black to get ahead. Now, white is still on the run. Because if black tries to kill like this and white cuts, black needs to capture the corner in order to stay safe, and white makes a Punuki, so now it's tougher to kill the group. So simply get ahead, white is still on the run. This Hane, let's see. Actually here it's more interesting to play a jump like this. Because if white runs in this direction, black already has stones on the bottom, so now you can go for a move to net black. Sorry, the white group. So this Hane, if you push white out into the center and you don't kill it, then you're gaining a few extra points on the bottom, but you ruin a huge potential on the right side. This is a key point, that's good. And now, black shouldn't tenuki. It's nice to play the cap move, because this just increases the right, the box, and white is still forced to go out. And then if you want to stop the attack right now and go for big points, it's fine. But this exchange is good to play N10 and look for a big box on the right. So anyway, yeah, when you don't feel like the good direction of attacking, you know, capping from one side or the other, then it's okay to tenuki and decide later. Here white should approach c9. So the interesting fights start soon. This feels a little timid. It's a move that doesn't really get rid of the agi of white going out from the ladder, and also doesn't really attack the group. It's still okay to play the cap, in fact. It's a bit shy to play just Kema. I mean, if you want to get rid of the edge, you just take the stone, but doesn't really attack the group, so cap is the usual move. Now white comes out, connect here, interesting, but when black connects, white should always no be, so black doesn't gain much. Instead of connecting, black should either get ahead like this to increase the box, or think about Hane in the corner, then inside cut or double Hane. Once you play the double Hane, if white Atari and captures one stone, black will take the corner like this. So he's not going to do that. And if he plays Atari on the right side, now you can decide whether to connect here and allow him crawl like this on the second line, then go for the top. Or play one Atari, then he goes Atari this way. Now he captures a stone, you capture one on the right, he captures one in the top. But in this particular position, I'd prefer to play an inside approach, inside cut. So when white plays and captures a stone, Atari from the outside and connect. We don't care about this stone in the top right corner. And if white captures this guy, then squeeze, go for the top, and now he's in trouble on the right side too, because he's not really alive. And another option is to play the double Hane directly, then sacrifice like this to get a stronger wall, and then come back in the center to chase this group. So simply going 016 feels too soft. White can just no be. Now white played a desperate move inside, trying to use the ladder. I mean, this seems to be like a ladder breaker. Black covers. Oh, that's brave too. Black can actually play a move like this. This will fix against the ladder. White has to come out. Then black can play this move threatening the cut. White needs to connect. And now block the top. It's very big to block at N18. This group is almost dying. And even if white defends like this, black has Hane in the corner in center. So white leave with 6 points. Then cap the stones on the right side. So that's how you punish. Let's go back. Cap move. So if white comes out, what was the plan? Atari. It's super dangerous. So if Atari here and Atari like this, black needs to come back and connect here. Then white captures the stones on the right. It's not good. And you can squeeze like that, but white is actually happy to gain a little profit and break the side for sacrificing P12. Then when black defends here, white no be in the top. So it's super urgent to play N18. White simply came out. Now is the time to block N18 again. This is not necessary. It's like trying to get two moves in a row. Play here, your opponent plays away, then you cut. But he connects and then this hurts N12. Therefore you don't need that move. I know this is played to create ice on the right side, but the thing is, if black Hane in the top and white tries to kill by surrounding here, black can use the cut and then just connect under. Let's see if we can resist here. Atari. That's possible too, because black has many liberties with the wall. Yeah. So it's not so easy for white to surround this group. White needs to play Kosumi, but on Kosumi, just Keima and you're fine. If this happens, push and cut. So black is looking for I shape. And this Q13, it's a little bit slow. Much bigger to play N18. So now, white can go out. For white, it's also important to play this N18. Hane here is really just endgame. It's not small, but playing N18 is threatening to kill the whole corner. So it's a big center move for black. This pullback is just Gote. And actually, if black wants center here, black can leave it like this or play Hane, Atari, and then play away. So white pushes again, and then finally he got the big point. But still, white is going to be punished big time. The way to enter the top, it's actually H17 because this is threatening E17. So white usually will double up or play a kick. And already the top side, it's covered, controlled by black. If white plays around here, then black has this cut and cut in the corner, connect under like that. Or if white captures a stone, then you're very happy to grab the corner and go down, because the Ponuki doesn't look so good for white. So black just jumps. Now white got some territory in the top that he was not supposed to get. That's because of n18. And for black it's a bit tricky, because if black has this thickness and doesn't kill any of the groups in the middle, in the end those stones will just remain neutral points. So black went down, that's endgame. White answers everything. This push is good, creates some cutting points. Black should also hane. So if white blocks, we have an Atari and then a wedge. Connect, connect, link. Much stronger position in the center. Then start the attack. This is an endgame move, it can wait a little bit. The group on the left side was already safe enough. And usually just one space jump. But the hane would be nice. Probably white will just no B. And then start the attack in the middle. This is really difficult for white. Too many cuts and problems, so white might just sacrifice all those stones in the middle right. In the game he sacrificed them anyway. So jump, defend. Actually black can defend like this. If white pushes, black blocks, and there's more space for ice. So this Kosumi, it's a move to remember. This is just too soft in this particular case. And now black can defend this way. When white pushes, black has nice eye shape, and here also the connection is much better. Playing the solid connection, white can play here and capture the stone. So later maybe black has some eye problems. Okay, white connected. This move is not necessary. Black is fine already, and it's better to make more space with this kind of move. This is a move threatening to cut, but white can just protect. Okay, so black is alive. Now reducing the center. Impressive how this white died in the middle. That's too greedy. White should push once, then focus in keeping everything connected. Take the Tengen. So white got the top side, the left side. This should be a good game for white now. But that's just greedy. Black can hane on the first line. Then when white protects here, black will jump out. So if white goes up, black connects and the stones die inside. No need to connect here. This will allow the connection under. Playing the hane, it's separating and threatening a cut at d2. So if white goes up like that, you just capture 2 more stones. And the other 2 stones, they die inside. They are doomed from the start. It's strange to choose g3. I mean, normally you want to play g1, because g1 it will just separate h2 from f2. And then if you fear about some kind of RG here, you read what happens if your opponent tries to leave inside. But in this case, it's nice to play f1, because f1 separates and also prepares the cut and capture a d2. So if white defends, then h2 just failed miserably, and now you can start the attack here again, and white is in jeopardy. Desperate reducing. Here black can connect with j2. So if white comes up, you cover. If white plays here, Atari, Atari, and then white will realize he can't connect. Therefore, after pushing like this, white needs to come back at c2, then Atari, connect, Atari, defend. So all this maneuver is gote for white, and then again black can start the attack in the center. So turn and block, this is gote. I mean, well, if white plays here and he answers everything, it's gonna be center for black, but white can also lose the 2 stones. He already forced black play inside a few times, therefore white can play away. And let's see what happened here. So far so good, black got strong in the center. It's strange why didn't connect around here. Now this is the fatal error. Black doesn't have to turn. Black can cut in the center. 2 stones here are nothing. Black will capture back. Also a peep like this, black will just play like that. If white cuts, black can Atari and cut in center, then cover and kill everything. So this move is not necessary, because there is no way for white to capture or cut those 2 stones. This is a big opportunity, just hane. Now if white cuts like this, black captures with Atari, and if white pushes here, then it's a problem with the liberties on the bottom, so there is really no reason to turn. This is a critical moment of the game, so yeah, finally the cut came. Atari, instead of going out, how about just Kema and surround everything? When white captures one stone, that doesn't matter, it's still only one eye, so the group is already dead inside. Going out leaves some space for white to jump towards the left, but he didn't. Now he has a problem. Actually here, black can again play a move like K13 just to disrupt this line. That's the direction for white to go out. When black goes up, white can jump to the left. And maybe now it's a bit more difficult to surround. Or one space jump like this, and he's out already. But white got ambitious and kept pushing, and now he's trapped inside. So that was a good idea, to surround everything. Atari, very good. Capture the top. Oh, this is a disaster for white. It just dies in. This move is not even necessary. If white captures 3 stones, black can play inside. So let's say black plays Atari here. White takes, then you play this move, and it's only one eye. If he plays here, you play like this, push once, and connect. Everything dies. Okay, there was a little bit of IG here, but not that much in fact. So, punk. Ah yeah, black needs to defend actually. That cut, it's nothing. This push is not necessary because the group is surrounded anyway. How about you play h12? Because you kill more and L11 becomes black's territory point. But in fact, it's interesting to play Atari here and try to catch the other dragon too. Anyway, I understand that black is excited to beat a 3Q, so these are moves to play more cautious. Yeah, nice idea to play h12. But instead of capture, should block. If white connects, black connects. If white Atari, black captures. And then white should still come out here. But anyway, this is a position where white has to resign actually. On this Atari, black should connect outside, because the stone just dies inside and there's an extra point at c14. So cut, defend, go down, that's good. Should Hane in the top right first, then Hane on the side, and then capture one more stone here. The endgame, well, that's a gote, but it's big. In fact, let's go back to the center and kill the dragon. Okay, there's a ko fight in the top. Oh, now there is no ko. Black can just cut. So if white connects here, black takes a stone and white needs this. If white connects, black can Atari, and again, you will capture back some stones or everything. And if white tries a ko with this move, black can Atari first, then Atari from behind. And again, it's impossible to connect. Lots of Dametsumari in that area. So Hane, Atari, and catch another group in the center. Good idea. Alright. Well, this Atari, it's really not necessary. Like this or like this. Just catch another group. If white cuts, he doesn't have too many liberties in the center, and black can steal Atari, and surround. So yeah, convincing victory. There were a few more, let's say, punishments black could try throughout the whole game, but overall, this was a big win from start to finish. It seems that white overplayed too much in the beginning. This fight in the low right corner, then top right didn't go so well, and of course the middle. Congrats and keep on winning.